Hey people with diverging and non-diverging focus. This week I am finally going to talk about the lesser known symptoms of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder I display. Welcome to the video. First and foremost, I'm going to start off with relationship with animals. Animals are cute and they help you calm down, period. They're helpful and beneficial for neurodivergence from all spectrums. They can teach people with ADHD specifically responsibility and managing a schedule. I never had a pet myself because my parents would not allow me to. However, my relationships and friendships always seem to be with people having pets. My girlfriend has 8 cats at the moment. It's a paradise of cuteness and love and cuddling and cat noises and cats walking all over you when you're trying to sleep. But it's all worth the price. The amount of soothing that you can get from an animal is uncomparable to anything else. I'm going to talk about pets in future videos to examine how helpful they can be in managing anxiety and other symptoms of ADHD and autism. Moving on, difficulties maintaining relationships is the next lesser known symptom I'm going to cover. I can say for myself, I have always struggled with friendships. People have abandoned me for seemingly no reason at all. From some, I have never heard after, and I have never understood why they did so. It can be immensely depressing and crushing to have someone leave your life without letting you know the reasons why. However, over the years, a few friends remained close to me and now accept me for who I am. They understand my need to talk a lot and sometimes even overshare and much more of my quirky behavior. And for this, I'm so grateful to them. Sleep problems is the next one. And I have them stemming both from my autism and from my ADHD. From my ADHD side, they usually come from being restless and being under or overstimulated throughout the day. This has often led me to fidget and twist and turn in bed all night. Sometimes it could even be from a song and not necessarily an earworm that got stuck in my head, but rather a song that I played for myself over and over and over again throughout the day for my own pleasure. And the song is right now staying with me in bed. I have greatly improved my sleep, and I'm definitely going to talk about it in future videos. Just because it's amazing, and of course, because sleep is important. Unhealthy eating habits is something that I struggled with for a long time. As I mentioned in the previous video, I kept eating junk food and fast food sometimes all day, all week. It was just easier to not waste time on food, in my opinion. I remember eating a lot of instant noodles in high school because they were easy to prepare and they would let me get back to whatever I was doing beforehand quickly. Over the years, though, I learned how to cook, and it turned out I actually enjoy cooking. I also started eating consciously. I'm a vegetarian now, and I never eat fast food or junk food like sugar-loaded candy bars or potato chips. The latter I used to love and I used to indulge myself a lot in. It doesn't even taste good anymore for me. I can talk a lot on this, and I will for sure do so in future videos, because I consider that food can become an addiction of its own. And one of my main goals is to explain addiction and provide different approaches to tackle it. Next one on the list is unusual eye contact. I think I exhibit this one more on my autistic side. I don't have problems with attention deficit so much, so my weird eye contact always comes from discomfort. Risk taking is a very dangerous symptom I exhibit big time. It has gotten me into so much trouble with substances and with people I should not hang around with. It has gotten me into gambling as well. It is a symptom very much related to addiction, and as such, I'm going to cover it extensively in future episodes. Impulse shopping. This one I am guilty of, but not in the way that you would expect. I impulse buy quantities of stuff, not stuff that I would not use in general. I'm kind of a hoarder. I often impulsively think that I need much more of something. Doesn't matter if it's food, clothes, books, substances, although the latter is luckily not an issue anymore. Mood swings is something I experience often, although I think it's more on my autism side, that is, sensory overload, anxiety, rigidness, and fixations. These are what typically cause my mood swings. I guess my need for overstimulation and my impulsivity could sometimes act as a mood switch as well. In certain situations, they usually bring about instant excitement for something, and seeking novelty is something ADHDers often do, so that's not surprising. Naturally following from this is acting immature. I guess becoming excited as a kid after being in a not so pleasant mood can seem very childish for the people around. Other than that, I'm also very insisting in some situations, which can also be perceived as very immature. Time management is the last symptom that I will cover today. I usually don't have trouble with this one, but when I do, I go into panic mode. I almost never lose stuff, for example, but every once in a while it happens, and when it does, I lose so much time searching for it. Just because it is typical for me not to lose anything most of the time. So I freak out and start searching in very unusual and sometimes ridiculous places. On the other hand, I rarely lose time on assignments and I usually follow a strict schedule. This helps me a lot with time management. With concentration, I also seldom struggle, but when I'm dopamine depleted from overstimulating myself, I tend to lose focus pretty quickly. That is why I no longer use social media except for messaging, and even this I do infrequently. With this, I conclude the video on the lesser known symptoms of ADHD I myself exhibit. I hope you guys enjoyed my company and stay tuned for the next episode. May peace be with you all.